From the Crush Studio in sunny Florida, this is the Disney Crush Podcast. And now your two tempests in a teacup, Dave and Toni-Ann.
On this week's The Disney Crush Podcast, is it worth it? Dave and I discuss some of the premium things you can buy from Disney to enhance your vacation. But we want to know, do you think it's worth it for those things? We discuss whether we think it's worth it on episode 405 of the Disney Crush Podcast.
Toni-Ann.
David.
Hey, I've got my mind set on you. I know what I've got to do. It's going to take money, a whole lot of spending money. It's going to take hard-earned money to do it up right, child. It's going to take
right.
It's going to take time, a whole lot of precious time. It's going to take patience and time, and Minnie and Mickey have patience. They're going to have so much patience. When you come in that park, they're going to make sure by the time you leave that park that they've squeezed every single dime and penny out of your pocketbook, because that's the way
Absolutely.
They are. Yeah.
You know, that song that you're quoting, George Harrison, you know, I love George Harrison. He's one of my favorites. I've always wanted, and I've talked about this before, I've always wanted to do a video like with us and our listeners to that song.
Well, do it.
It's going to take money.
Do it. Just do it. To do it upright, child.
I've just been a little busy.
Okay. Well, no, you've had plenty of time on your hands. Come on. You had plenty of time. Oh, just make it. Just do it. That's okay. George Harrison didn't write that song, by the way.
No.
James Race wrote that song. And guess what year it was written?
What year was it written?
It was written in a beautiful, wonderful year, 1960.
Nice. You know, there's, which song was it? One of his songs is a theme song to a British show that my husband watches, but it's like a ripoff of one of his shows, but I think it might be that song. I don't remember now. I don't know. Anyway, nobody cares. Episode 4 or 5, Dave, we started talking about this idea of, are these things worth it? Add-ons to your trip. Things you don't have to buy to go to Disney, but sometimes are nice to have. And originally we thought we were going to have like 2 or 3 things and as we started writing a list, I have like 20 things, and I'm sure I'll think of more. So we're probably not going to discuss all those things today. We will make this maybe a regular segment, maybe have guests on to discuss some of these things. I think today, the thing we wanted to discuss is based on the news that came out this week. Minivan service is now available to and from Orlando International Airport, MCO, for all guests of deluxe resorts. So the resorts are Animal Kingdom Lodge, Beach Club, Boardwalk, the Contemporary, the Grand Floridian, the Polynesian Resort, the Wilderness Lodge, and the Yacht Club. And I believe you could also do it. See, that's this article. That's all the hotels it says, but I'm pretty sure you could also do it to the DVC resorts like Saratoga, Riviera, Old Key West. I don't know why it doesn't say that here, but I'm pretty sure it's for DVC resorts as well. I think, you know why? Because I'm on the WDWNT website, and you know how accurate they are.
Well, you got to be careful. It could be clickbait just to get you to click.
Yeah. Previously, the service was only available to people staying concierge, which is another topic we may discuss in the future. Is it worth it segment? But it was previously only available to concierge guests. Before COVID, it was available to everyone. It's $199 one way, so it's not round trip. That's a lot of money because that would be $398 before tip.
That's a whole lot of money. A whole lot of spending money that you could be spending in the parks.
Yeah, so $398 round trip before tipping. And I did talk to some friends of ours about they use either Lyft or Uber to get to and from the airport, and they say that typically runs, depending on surge pricing, between $35 and $60. The minivan includes 2 car seats if you need them. So up to 2 car seats. So that's something to think about. But a lot of these private car services are available for about half the price of the minivan. Deirdre, I think said she had a driver, a private car service that she set up ahead of time. I think it was Tiffany Town Car. She said it was $190 round trip versus $199 one way.
Yeah.
And Dan Austin, our friend Dan Austin, chimed in that he can rent a car for a week for less than $398. And and the Austins like to drive to the parks, so there's that. Boy, that went fast. What do you think? So, what about minivans in general? So, I for me, if I was going to the airport, we don't do the airport because we're local. I don't think $199 each way is worth it.
No, that's all. Well, and the things that we're going to talk about today is honestly, it's all relative. I mean, it's how much disposable income do you have? How much, would that really hurt your pocketbook? Some people, yes. And some people, no, they're willing, they have the money, they're willing to do it. If I had the money, I could see, well, no, it's not going to be a big deal. I'll just do it. But if you're kind of pinching, you want to watch how much you spend. Some of these things just aren't going to be practical for some people. Yeah.
Well, minivans in general, like, so forget about the airport option, just minivans on property.
It's pricey.
They're pricey. I will take, a lift from my hotel to a park or to another resort. And typically they run around, depending on how far and time of day, between $7 one way and $15 one way. Whereas when I've taken a minivan, it's been up around $50.
Yeah.
$35 to $50, depending on where I'm going. So it is a premium service. And I know there are some people that are less, I don't want to say less worldly, but less familiar with using Lyft and Uber, less comfortable, like females traveling alone sometimes are a little nervous about getting in a car with a stranger. And they get some peace of mind out of riding with someone they know is a Disney cast member. And I can see that as a woman who travels by herself sometimes, that there's a value in that for some people. They feel safer and more comfortable. I have to tell you, I don't know if I ever talked about this on the podcast. Last January, Michael and I called a Lyft from Wilderness Lodge. It was late at night after dinner, back to Pop Century. And the person who picked us up was supposed to be a female. And the car pulled up, and the female was in the passenger seat. And she said, "You don't mind if my husband drives, do you? Because I don't like driving at night." And I don't know. I agreed. I was like, okay, like, I didn't know what else to say.
Yeah, but your spidey senses go right up, I would imagine.
Right.
Mine would.
And it really wasn't cool that he was driving, that I was expecting this lady to pick me up and her husband was with her, because, I regret not reporting it. I felt like I didn't want to get her in trouble. But when I thought about it more, and this was after I got home, I talked to Rich about it. Uber and Lyft, they screen these people. Their insurance records, their driving records. So it's possible that her husband could have not even had a driver's license for all I knew, or he could have had a suspended license, or he could have, been in many accidents, or could have had a criminal record. I don't know. But, Lyft does screen their drivers, but they don't screen their driver's husband,
right,
who's driving the car. And she was, "I don't like driving at night." Well, you know what? Maybe you should not be a Lyft driver.
Yeah, you always think of things sometimes after the fact.
Yeah.
But if you could go back in time, a lot of times I wish I could go back in time and change things. Oh, I should have done this. I should have done that. Because maybe you could have just said, no, I don't feel comfortable. I'll get somebody else. And then that might have taught them, this might not be cool.
Yeah.
Because who knows what would have happened the rest of the night when they picked up other clients. They could have, someone could have said, "No, I'm not cool with this. No, I'll call somebody else."
Yeah. I do know, like, that some people aren't as familiar with Lyft and app and aren't comfortable getting in a stranger's car. So for those people, that using minivans might be invaluable. There are a couple occasions where I think minivans are a good thing to get. If you're going to hoop-de-doo, because to get to Hoop-Dee-Doo from off property or not off property, from a resort is kind of a pain. You've got to go to a park and then you've got to go to Fort Wilderness. If you go to Magic Kingdom, you can take the boat directly to Fort Wilderness and it drops you right there near Pioneer Hall where the show is. But if you go to any other of the parks or Disney Springs, the bus is going to drop you at the front of Fort Wilderness, and then you're going to have to take an internal bus to the back of Fort Wilderness. And it's just a pain. Whereas if you call a minivan, so say you're staying at Pop Century, I'm going to use that as an example, and you call a minivan, they will take you directly from Pop Century to Pioneer Hall. So that's almost worth, you're spending all that money on Hoop-Dee-Doo. It's not that much more to just do the minivan. If maybe not, I might not do it on the way to Hoop-Dee-Doo, but if I'm doing that late show and I'm going back and it's like, 10 o'clock at night and I'm going back to the resort, I don't want to take the boat to Magic Kingdom and then get on the Pop Century bus. It might be worth it for me just to call the minivan to pick me up right there at Pioneer Hall.
But you just said it. It might be worth it to you, but it might not be worth it to somebody else. They might that's a little pricey. I've already spent $85 and times how many people they had. And speaking of Hoop-Dee-Doo, do you think Hoop-Dee-Doo is worth it?
I don't. For me, no. We have friends that love it, that go at least once a year, have been going for years. For me, it was a one and done. I feel bad saying that, but I'm glad I experienced it. Sometimes I think I might go and bring Michael because I think he would love that show.
Yeah, I think so too.
He's never been. It's one of those things that maybe, and I think a lot of these things that we're going to discuss in this series, depending on the kind of trip it is. Like for me to go, I don't think I would go, but if I was bringing somebody who had never been, and there are certain people in our friends and family that kind of thing appeals to, that I would love to take. We've talked about taking our in-laws. I just talked about taking Michael. Yeah. So maybe I would go back, but not, me and Rich wouldn't go back.
Yeah. Me and Veronica had a little discussion about it. And I was kind of being negative about it, kind of like you, because it's like, I could take it or leave it now. And like the food is terrible to me and the show is okay. She's like, and she pushed back a little bit. She goes, but for the price, all you can eat, you get a dinner show. You can't anywhere else for that kind of show and dinner, all you can eat, you're going to probably pay a lot more. And I had to kind of agree with her.
And if you drink alcohol, it's beer, wine, and sangria.
Well, that's what she was saying. I'm like, you're right. It probably is kind of worth it.
There are other things I think I'd rather spend money on at Disney that I'd rather splurge on. So.
Hey, Minnie and Mickey don't care. They just want you spending it, whatever you do.
They just want you spending.
Hey, they don't care they don't care if it's a hot dog or if it's a lightsaber. They don't care. They just want that money, that precious money, and they've got time.
The other time it might be worth it to take a minivan versus a lift is if you're going to Magic Kingdom. Because if you take a regular lift, they're going to drop you at the Ticket and Transportation Center.
Oh, a minor inconvenience, Toni-Ann, just a minor inconvenience. It is,
but it depends on, the kind of trip you're on, who you're with. If you take a minivan, it drops you right at the gates of the park in the bus loop.
Yeah.
So,
and for that park, yes, I agree. Cause it is Magic Kingdom is the worst getting into the park.
Yeah. And again, maybe not at the beginning of the day, maybe not in the morning, unless you're running late for something like an early breakfast. But at the end of the night, you may want to do that. And I'll be honest with you, I did splurge for a minivan when we did the Main Street 16. At the end of the day, Magic Kingdom was our last park and we were beat tired. And I told my team when we were all done with the race, we're taking a minivan back to the resort. And that's what we did. We took a minivan back to Saratoga Springs from Magic Kingdom. And so we were in the air conditioning. It was a very quiet ride. We were all kind of done. We just sat in the minivan. And the driver tried to talk to us. And Glenn was in the car, so he talked to the driver. But the rest of us were just quiet and vegging out. Yeah.
Oh, so you put it all on Glenn to make sure that our friend Glenn, could you make conversation with him? Because I am done. I'm out of words today. I am out of words.
Yes. But so I think those are the two times when it might be worth it, depending on what's important to you, is Hoop-Dee-Doo and Magic Kingdom. Like we wanted to do it for Uncle Eric when he came, but we couldn't get one because there weren't as many minivans back then. This was before COVID. I think there's more. Deirdre just texted me confirming that when she used Tiffany Town Car, it was $95 each way. So it was it was about half price to do Tiffany Town Car. And they do, I think, a 30-minute grocery stop if you want to stop for groceries on your way to.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I definitely do a stop. Yeah. Let me run and get some waters and some snacks.
Right. Right.
Because that's the thing. When you get in your room, those two things I found when we're staying on property or off property, snacks and waters are the two things that you really look for. You know, sometimes you're like, oh,
and
man.
some of those delivery services have a $35 minimum, like Instacart.
Yeah, they do.
And so you may only need water and a couple of snacks, and it might not come to $35. So you wind up buying more than you need to get to that minimum. Where this way, if you just want to run in and grab, $15 worth of groceries, you can.
And there's got to be ways to like offset the money. I wonder if you could go in the parks, buy a case of water for $4, $5, whatever you pay for, and then go in the park and sell it on your own. Just go up to people and go.
I think
right
Disney
when they
would frown.
Right when they go up to grab that water, just go up to them and whisper in their ear, "I got one. I'll give it to you for $1."
I think they'd frown upon that. I'll never forget that. I was, people are reluctant to take that. Like, there was a girl. We were in Magic Kingdom one time, and we had cold waters we had a cooler. Like, I think it was when the kids were younger, because we had a stroller, and we had a cooler in the bottom of our stroller with ice cold waters. And there was this girl, and her face was all red and flushed. It was really hot, and she was getting ready to pass out. And I tried to give one of my unopened waters to her mom and said, "Here, give this to her." And she wouldn't take it because I must have looked shady.
Well, no, I would. I don't know. Veronica might take it, but she would probably not drink it because my wife is a freak like that. Yeah,
but it was sealed.
It doesn't matter. Veronica
Veronica
would just go right to, oh, there's something up. They might have done something to it. That's the way she is. She did. I forget what it was. I think it was a bottle of vodka or something. She's like, "Did you open this?" I'm like, "No, I didn't open it." And she goes, "Well, I don't remember opening it." I'm like, "Oh, it's probably fine, Veronica. Just, whatever." She's like, "No." And this went on. And she finally took it back. She goes, "No, I can't do it. I can't drink it." I'm like, "Just leave it. I'll drink it." "No, I'm taking it back." She took it back, and they wouldn't take it back because it's alcohol, and it was open. They're like, "We can't take it back. Can't give you your money back. Sorry." She brought it back home. Guess what I did? I drank it. Yeah, I'm like, "Oh."
Did you die?
No, I'm still here. I mean, I got a little twitch, but I don't know. That matters.
People like with the Halloween candy, they think somebody's putting their drugs in their kids' Halloween candy. I think people spend a lot of money on their drugs and they don't want to give them away for free to your kids. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. That's just me.
Well, it's like anything in this world, this crazy world of ours. There's always going to be that one. And then you hear about it and like, oh, so now everything is got to be careful.
Not So Scary Halloween. Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party started this week. And that reminded me of the after hours parties, the Halloween parties, the Christmas parties, and the Disney after hours. They run different prices. It's like based on popularity of the dates. And this year, the Halloween party tickets are $119 to $229. And pass holders can get $10 off on certain dates. Those dates end. There are no dates in October that pass holders get the $10 off. So it's $119, which is very rare, to $229 a ticket. When I looked, Mandy's coming in October, and she asked if me and Mike wanted to go with her, and those tickets were $189, and I said, "No, I don't think we're doing it this year." $189 each. The dates in August were the cheapest. The 119 dates are all sold out. There's a couple of 129 dates at the end of August that are still available. Then in September, it goes up to 139, 159. The last week in October is the last week in September is 179. And then in October, it jumps to $189, $199. And then ultimately, the night before Halloween and the night of Halloween were $229. Halloween is sold out already. So $229 for how many hours? It's like you can get in at 4, but the party really starts at 7. And then the 7 p.m. until so the official party is 7 p.m. until midnight. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's like it's a 5-hour party, but you can get in at 4. So add 3 hours to that. So so you get 8 hours of park time. There are certain times when I think that's worth it over a day ticket. Like if you're going to spend money on a day ticket on those dates to Magic Kingdom. So Mandy's going to the party on October 7th, and a 1-day theme park ticket on October 7th. The ticket's $189. A 1-day ticket is $154. So yeah, that didn't work out. I thought maybe I could show you where the party ticket's cheaper than the day ticket.
Well, I don't know. It's still pretty close. And the only benefit of going at that time of year, when is she going again? October? Mm-hmm. What time? Beginning of October? What was the date?
Yeah.
Yeah, that time of year is probably still hot. And the only benefit is you're at night.
Yeah.
And you get the free candy, and it's maybe less crowded. So that you're saying no, but maybe it could be beneficial and cheap. I mean, not cheaper, but close enough that it might be okay. I have heard other fellow podcasters that have been to it. They said it was a disaster.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I remember that first Jollywood Nights a couple years ago was a disaster too. But I have enjoyed the party in the past, but I remember years ago. I mean, I'm talking Michael. We went with Michael and Dominic when they were little. So we're talking almost 20 years ago. Because I know my husband, and he was excited about going to the party. At that time, I know when we first started going, tickets were like $49. And then it went up to $59 and $69, and it crept up. And when it hit 100, I think Rich was like, we're never doing that again. And then I would have to do it with just Michael. Mm-hmm. But I don't see the value. I don't want to go in August. I'm not in the Halloween. I know there are people that Halloween starts for them on July 30th. On July 5th, they start celebrating Halloween. I want to celebrate Halloween in October, but I don't want to spend $200 on a ticket because it's going to, double that because I got to take Mike. For me, as a pass holder, I don't think it's worth it. There's a lot of exclusive food at these parties. But I'm not really in, and the lines get long for that stuff.
But you're paying for the food extra.
Yeah, the food is not free.
Yeah, so you're still
now free is the candy.
Yeah,
and Michael just doesn't need that much candy. So what has happened in years past is we've used that candy for trick or treat.
I was just going to say that.
Trick-or-treaters.
Because candy. Look, I mean, everything has gone up. Everything is ridiculously priced. Yeah. Everything, and candy. It's so expensive right now.
Yeah. But then, honestly, in recent years, we haven't gotten that many trick-or-treaters. So the parade is amazing. The fireworks are beautiful. So those two things are wonderful, but I don't think I have to do it every year. I've seen that Boo to You parade multiple times now. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I mean, I think every once in a while to go is great. I don't need to go every year, though.
Yeah, all these years I've never been to one, and I've really actually never, since having the podcast and talking about it and listening to other podcasters go and friends of ours go, I just don't have the desire to go. Especially, like you said, this time of year is not on my radar at all.
Yeah.
I just don't, this time of year is, I mean, it's going to be 90, let's see, we're recording Saturday, is this the 16th? Yes.
Yeah.
We're recording Saturday the 16th of August. Today's temperature is going to be in the mid-90s. We've got record highs yesterday and today in the middle of the state where we're at. Oh, well, so is Orlando, but we're on the West Coast.
Right.
But just the heat. It's going to be 90 in the mid-90s, a low of 78, Toni-Ann. a low of 78. That's a normal pretty high for a lot of places.
That's already happened. That was this morning.
Yeah, that and it's going to be like that for the rest of the week and probably till October. So
yeah,
it's just crazy.
I will tell you that every time that I've gone, I've been kind of miserable in my costume, and I try to not do too hot of a costume, but even when I try to do not too hot of a costume,
yeah,
I'm hot.
Speaking of costumes, we were in the parks. We were in Animal Kingdom last week, and I saw a lot of people dressed up like Avatar. I mean, in costumes for some, and they were very good, very nice. A couple times I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go take a picture with them, but I'm like, no, I don't want.
They're not allowed.
I know. I'm like, no, I better not because I don't want to sketch them out. But yeah, there's a lot of people in costumes now, and I'm thinking, oh, that's got to be hot and that makeup. Oh,
yeah. So that's the Christmas parties and the Halloween parties. Then there's Disney After Hours, which are ticketed events that happen throughout the year. Right now, they're offering ones at Hollywood Studios and Epcot. For the remainder of 2025. That's all that's on the calendar. Oh, Typhoon Lagoon has their H2O Glow Nights as well, but those are a little bit cheaper. But the Disney After Hours at Hollywood Studios and Epcot are about $155. Those start after the park closes. So most nights at Hollywood Studios are 9:30 to 12:30. So that's a shorter party. But it's not really a party. It's just the park is open a few extra hours and they limit capacity and the lines are typically shorter. But I'm hearing that for those events, there's still, like, if you go to Hollywood Studios, you're still going to wait a little bit for Slinky and Rise. Mm-hmm. It may not be as long as it is during the day. The sun is down, and so it's less hot. I think as the night goes on, the lines get shorter. But everybody that I know that has ever gone to the Magic Kingdom After Hours, which are not currently being offered because right now it's party season, they've all said the Magic Kingdom one, which I think is a little more expensive, has been well worth it and better than a day ticket. Like that is an event. The Disney After Hours, they include free popcorn, prepackaged ice cream treats like the Mickey bars or Mickey ice cream sandwiches, that kind of thing, and bottled sodas. And they just give those out. Like they just throw them at you. That experience is supposedly a better value, especially if you do the one at Magic Kingdom. But unfortunately, the ones at Magic Kingdom aren't offered in the fall and the winter because they do the parties instead. But I know some people load up their backpacks with sodas and waters, and that's how they have water and soda in their hotel room throughout the trip.
Well, you could do that.
With those after hours parties, you can, with the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween and the Christmas party, you can get in the park at 4. With the ticket at the after hours parties, you can get in the park at 7 with the ticket. So it's not as many hours that you're getting, but it's also not as expensive. I think less people, there's less hubbub about them. So less people do them. So I think the parks are less crowded for those parties. I've especially heard the Magic Kingdom one is worth it because there's so many rides at Magic Kingdom that it really disperses the crowd versus Hollywood Studios and Epcot. Everybody's running to Guardians.
Right.
Everybody's running to Rise of the Resistance. Those lines are a little bit longer, but Magic is a little bit a better after hours experience from what I've heard. So I'm thinking that may be something I would do with, like, if we brought Marcelo.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
Instead of buying him a day ticket, do that. And
yeah, get your money's worth. Exactly.
Yeah. One of the things that used to be, I think, more valuable than it is now are magic bands. We had a million magic bands. Back in the day, Disney used to give free magic bands, one a year to pass holders, one for every person in your hotel room when you stayed at Disney. So they used to be free for a lot of people. And when they sold them, they used to be like $11, $12, $15. The nicer ones were in the $20 range. Now, with the new magic bands, some of those magic bands are up near $50. And then there's like special ones. That's not even talking about like the Vera Bradley ones and stuff. Those ones are ridiculous. But like the cheapest Magic Band you can buy right now is, I think a plain red Magic Band is $34.99. When you stay on property or you have an annual pass, you can still get a Magic Band at a slight discount. I think they take $10 off. You have to order it through the My Disney Experience app or website, and it's linked to your stay. Annual pass holders, again, get one a year with that $10 discount. I gotta tell you, a lot of people don't know about it, and they're really, really buried. You have to go like multiple levels on the app or website to find these that you're entitled to at a discount, especially the annual pass holders. A lot of pass holders don't know they can get one new Magic Band every year with a $10 discount. It's really buried. You have to really go multiple steps to find it.
Let's just say they did that on purpose.
Oh, yeah. But are Magic Bands still necessary? You can use your phone now.
A good example is I did purchase an Oswald one a while back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the ones that,
Yeah.
the Magic Band Plus.
Yeah.
As we're walking to the car, you got your Magic Band? I'm like, yeah, I think so. I'll just use my card if I don't have my phone. I don't even care anymore. I didn't even wear it, Toni-Ann, because it was so hot. I just took it out, tapped in when we went into the top styles.
So you can use old Magic Bands. Old Magic Bands, like even the oldest first generation ones, they will work indefinitely at things that you tap styles. When you tap in for a lightning lane, they will work for that. If you do PhotoPass and you tap, like you have the cast member tap the thing for you, that will still work. They will not, the batteries die. They will not work for that long range RFID.
Like for photos and stuff? Or
Yeah. So for like the photos on Mine Train or Tron. As a matter of fact, on Tron, I didn't get my Tron picture. As I was getting onto Tron one time, my Magic Band like got caught and it fell off my arm, and the cast member saw, and I picked it up and I just stuck it in. There's a little teeny weeny storage compartment in the front of the bike on Tron. I stuck it in there because I didn't want to mess with trying to put it on before the ride launched. I didn't get my picture. Like that's I don't
weird.
know if the battery was dying.
Yeah.
But I didn't get I got my picture on every other ride. I got my picture on Tiana's. I got my picture on Mine Train that day. I didn't get I got Pirates. I didn't get my picture on Tron and I figured out it was because it was inside that thing.
You think?
And I don't know.
You think?
Yeah. I don't know if the battery was close to dying. And so it was like a weak signal.
Because I've noticed that on when we've been on trips, and every now and then it works fine, and then we'll get home, and then one of the rides doesn't work, and it's always puzzled me. I'm like, why did it work on all the other ones, but it didn't on this one?
Maybe it's just a fluke. I don't know.
It's like IT. It's like their IT. It sometimes it works, and sometimes
we'll talk about that. We'll circle back to that. You can use your phone. You can use a Magic Band. You can also request. You can go to the front desk, the lobby of your hotel, and get a card. And the cards are free. Or you can go to guest services if you're not staying on site and just get a ticket card. And it looks like a credit card, and they're free. And they do the same thing the Magic Bands do, except for the pictures on the rides, the ride photos. And for your phone to work for the ride photos, you have to have your Bluetooth enabled for the app, for those ride photos that are not the tappy kind, the ones that just mysteriously show up in your My Disney Experience. Those ones you need to have your Bluetooth enabled. But I often recommend to families if they're going to use the cards, to maybe consider lanyards for the cards, because that way, especially the kind with the retractable, what do you call that? Where you could, because that way you could just pull it out and tap, and then it retracts back.
No, that's a good idea. I think,
and you don't have to take it out of the.
Yeah. Well, when we went last Monday,
every time.
That was one of the first times I had ever been in the park without my backpack. Because I normally take it every time.
Yeah.
But I didn't. And that would have been good, a lanyard. Because I was reaching in my pocket for certain things in my fanny pack. I do have a little fanny pack.
Yeah.
But Yeah, lanyard. I know you use a lanyards a lot.
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's just so hot. I don't want anything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When I went to Typhoon Lagoon for that H2O Glow Nights a couple years ago, I had one of those waterproof phone things that I wore my phone around my neck, and it kept my phone dry. I was like worried. I was freaked out that it was going to, like, especially in that wave pool.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it was fine.
Yeah, well, there was a lot of people there that had them when we went. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
And they're cheap.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're real cheap. On Amazon, you can get like a 10
5-pack. Yeah, they're cheap. And they work good. Everybody that we talked to that had them, there was a couple in our group that had them, and they were like, no, these are great. They work great. And they were getting some good photos. Do
you use like a flotation thing when you go kayaking, like Dominic?
We do. We have little float things for ours when we go on the river.
Because Dominic kayaks on Lake Michigan. He's on Lake Michigan, and he goes kayaking. The base, they have kayaks that guys can check out and go kayaking on there. Yeah, he's really enjoying it up there. So anyway, you were talking about Disney IT, so we're going to circle back because that's something we meant. Should have been in the news that we didn't really cover today. Beacon Barrel was scheduled to go live for reservations on August 14th, which was Thursday morning, 6:00. People got up, tried to reserve Beacon Barrel, and they were met by Hey and Miguel's dog Dante from Coco telling them, sorry, we're having technical difficulties. Sorry, the website is not working.
But did everybody not expect that? That's pretty much expected anymore.
Well, I don't know. Like when Geo82 opened for reservations, it didn't die like that.
No?
But other times it has. You know, it just depends on the thing.
Yeah.
I think that also the Parisian breakfast, there's a breakfast during Food and Wine only on Fridays and Saturdays in Chefs de France.
Mm-hmm.
That was supposed to open up for reservations on August 13th. And I think there was issues with that as well at 6 a.m. and it wound up going up later, but it is up now. Beacon Barrel, by the afternoon on Thursday, the website had changed to say, we will not be opening up for reservations today. And then later in the day, like towards the evening, it was released that we're going to be opening for reservations sometime the week of August 18th, which is this coming Monday. But they're not saying it's going to be this coming Monday. They're saying sometime next week, which is actually when this podcast comes out. They may be open. Who knows? Because the podcast comes out August 20th, this podcast. Stay tuned.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Disney IT at its finest.
Well, we got a reservation for Geo for the 23rd, so we're going over there. She might try to change it, modify it a little bit, but we might just keep it. So we're going to go check it out.
So out of this list of 11 things, Dave, I think we talked about 3 of them.
Mm-hmm. That's enough.
I think
that's enough. We're done.
There's room for, I think there's room for this series to continue. Is it worth it? If you have strong feelings about any of these things, let us know. We'd love to have you on. If you have, I think some of the things that we've talked about is, some of the tours, some of the, VIP tours, the premier lightning lanes in general, DVC, refillable mugs, just there's so many things. So if you have a passion for any of those things, please reach out to us if you'd like to be on the show and discuss them, why you think they are or are not worth it. We'd love to hear your opinion and maybe have you as a guest on the show to discuss those things. We may even do like debate where we have somebody who's for it and somebody's against it.
Oh, that would be fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the popcorn buckets. Are the popcorns?
There you go.
Are they worth it? Are they really worth it?
How many can you have? I have seen people that have scores of them on display.
Yeah, but you want that popcorn bucket so you can get a better deal for popcorn when you come in the park. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And I can tell you, because in our family, the words, "Oh, I forgot the popcorn bucket," almost every time. Mm-hmm. Very rarely will we remember, but even my daughter, she's like, "Oh, I forgot my popcorn bucket."
Did I give you one of those silicone? I don't think I did. One of those silicone straps that
No.
I got they're like these silicone straps. They're like an X, and they go on. They fit on the popcorn buckets.
Oh.
And I bought them off Amazon. It was like $4 for a 10-pack, but I don't need 10 of them. I gave some away to people, but
Toni-Ann, I didn't get one.
I should give one to
No, I never got one.
I don't know where I think they're in my bag.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about it is, are they really worth it? Because how many times did we? And I just said, just go get some popcorn. So then you got to pay full price for it.
Right.
And what's it cost anyway? If with a popcorn bucket, how much is it? $2 or in change? What is it?
Something like that, $2.50.
I don't know. So I don't know. It's a gimmick. They're just Mickey's in that. It's a whole lot of money, whole lot of spending money.
Is it worth it?
Is it worth it? No, to some people it is. All right, Toni-Ann.
I'm glad we thought of this, and like I said, there's a lot more topics. And if you guys think of any, let us know, and we'd love to have you on the show to discuss it.
Yeah, and if we do indeed make it over, because things can change in our family at a moment's notice, but if we do make it over, we'll give you our review of Geo sometime too.
Great. All right, that's been this week's show. Dave, do you have anything else you wanted to add?
No, just subscribe to the show. Subscribe. It's free.
Okay.
It costs you absolutely nothing. If you, like Toni-Ann said, if you want to come on the show, contact us at thedisneycrush@gmail.com. Yeah, that's it. No.
Has the music started yet, Dave?
I probably have started the music by now.
Okay, so I think that this week's word, if you want to win a mug, if you're still listening, will be minivan. So contact us as soon as you hear me say minivan. If you're the first person to send it back, and you aren't Dan Austin because he won last week, we will send you a gift from the Disney Crush.
Sounds good. Minivan,
right.
minivan.
All right. Goodbye, everyone. See you next time.
Bye. Love you guys. I think that's it. All right.
Turkey and truth has spoken!
Put a check on that. Can you do that, Dave? Can you put a check on that one?